Prasanna, lecturer in the Department of Management Studies in BRR and GKS Chambers Degree College. Coming to the subject, our subject is Operations Management. Operations Management. It is one of the core subjects for BBA students in their third semester. Second year BBA, third sem. So, operations management consists of 5 units. The first unit is operations management and its introduction. Operations management and introduction. And the second unit is facilities planning. Facilities planning. And the third unit is capacity planning. Capacity planning. And the fourth unit is operations planning and control. Operations planning and control. And fifth unit is operations control. These are the 5 units we are going to discuss in the operations management subject. Okay. Today we are going to start from first unit, that is operations management and its introduction. Okay, so I take the topics for today is what is an operations management, what is the evolution of operations management, and what is the difference between operations and production management. These are the topics that we are covered for today's session. Okay, first one. Before knowing what is an operations management, I just want you to remember the definition of the business, because it is necessary to know the definition of the business organization before we have to learn about operations management. I think all of you are remember the definition of the business or business. Okay, so business is an economic activity. Business is an economic activity which is concerned with production and distribution. Production and distribution of goods and services. Goods and services. For the purpose of making profits. As everyone knows this definition, I just want you to remember this definition once again. Okay. So, in the first line we observe that business is an economic activity. We have to underline this line, economic activities. Economic activities are those which involves money in their transactions. We observe the business organization, all the transactions happens in the form of money. So, business is an economic activity. Okay, next, in the second line, we observe that there are 2 elements in the business, that is production and distribution. Here, every business organization which is operated in the society is established for the purpose of either producing goods or providing services. A production means either goods or services are provided by the organization. And the next element is distribution. Whatever the products that you are produced in the organization, it is to be distributed to whom? Yes, to customers. Otherwise, the organization will not earn any revenue. Right? For example, you produced certain goods and you kept aside and you often look after that. You will earn any revenue? No, you profit. So all of us know that organization is a group of people working together to achieve a common economic objective. The common economic objective of the organization is to earn profits. Okay, to earn profits, the business organization is to maintain successfully. Otherwise, the business organization may not earn the profit. There are certain critical areas in a business organization. It is to be maintained very carefully. Those areas are called as functional areas of the business. Those functional areas of the business is to be maintained properly. Okay, do you remember the functional areas of the management? Yes, there are 4 functional areas of the management. What are they? Functional areas. 4 times. Finance, production, HR, marketing. Okay, these are the 4 functional areas of the management in the business organization. First one, finance. Everyone knows that finance is the lifeblood of the organization. Okay, to start the business organization, to run the business organization, to expand the business organization, finance is required for organization. Without finance, the organization cannot move a single step ahead. That's why we call it as a lifeblood for the organization. Without blood, we cannot survive, right? That's like that. Without finance, the business operations cannot be successfully taken forward. Okay, so the financial management deals with how we are acquiring funds from different sources and how we are utilizing those funds is to be managed in the financial aspects. Okay, next one, production. As already I told you in the definition of the business. Every business organization there in the society to produce certain goods or provide services. So all the production activities comes under production management. Okay, next one, human resource. Yes, we have enough of financial resources. We have enough of production capacities. But without human force, the production cannot taken forward. Right? So, we have to recruit the personnel for the organization. Recruiting the right person for the right job at the right time is the basic objective of human resource. And we have to consider that all the production factors that we have, your human resource will have the life, emotions. So we have to deal with human resources very carefully in our organization to avoid conflicts. Okay, and next one, marketing. Marketing is that functional area which generates revenue for the business organization. Right? Yes, because we observe in 4 functional areas. In 3 functional areas, we are investing our money for transactions. But in the marketing management, we are selling our product to the customer. When the product is selling to the customer, we will earn revenue. So, it is the functional area which generates revenue for the organization. So, all the marketing elements comes under the marketing management. These 4 areas are to be maintained properly. Okay, among all these functional areas, production is to be very crucial for any business organization. Okay, what is a production is? Production is nothing but it is a process of conversion of raw materials and other inputs into semi-finished or finished products. Semi-finished or finished products. This is nothing but production. Okay. So production is a crucial element for the business organization, as already I told you. So business organization may have three phases. We have to know that. That is nothing but finance. First phase is finance. Second phase is production. And third phase is marketing. These three phases are continuously happens in the organization. For example, in the finance is nothing but capital or money. These capital or money are invested in the organization for products. These products are come to the market and it is sold to the customer. Then we will get revenue in the form of capital. In the form of money. This money will again invest into organization, which is nothing but reinvestment. Just like finance, production, marketing. Then the revenue comes under the financial management, which is again used to produce the goods. So it is a cyclic form of the organization. Okay, so the objective of the production is to satisfy the needs and wants of the customer by producing right quantity, quality of goods at right time, at right place, at right price. This is the objective of the production. Okay. Then we have to know about what is the production management is. Production management is nothing but application of managerial principles to the production function. Okay, so application of managerial principles. What are those managerial principles? Production management. That managerial principles are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. These are the 5 managerial functions. If we apply these functions to the production function, these elements to the production function, we call it as a production management. Production management. Planning. Planning is nothing but thinking before doing. So we have to plan the production process. And we have to organize the production process, and we have to recruit the personnel for the production, and we have to direct the machinery and personnel to produce a particular product or to provide a service, and we have to control the production process. How we will control the production process? We have to compare the estimates with actuals. Estimates with actuals. Estimates with actuals. So, if there is any deviations in between these two elements, the organization has to take proper care to correct the deviation. So, among these 5 functions, coordination will occur. Coordination, which leads to the proper management of the production activity in the organization. So, till now we discussed the definition of production and the definition of the production management in the organization. Then we have to know that how the production management begins the operations management. Okay, it is nothing but evolution of operations management. Okay, so in the era since people started manufacturing, the production management and operations management are the key contributors for the country's economy. At that time, the service sector may not have that much of prominent place in the society. So we consider production or operations management is the key contributor for the economy. In the manufacturing is a traditional view. Manufacturing management is a traditional view. Manufacturing management is a traditional view which is associated with 18th century. 18th century when Adam Smith identified the economic benefits of a division of labor. Adam Smith, the father of economics, he wrote a book that is An Enquiry into the Nation and Causes of Wealth of Nation. This is the book which is written by Adam Smith. Adam Smith, popularly known as Wealth of Nations. Okay, so in this book, he identified the division of labor which gives the economic benefits for the manufacturing industries. What he said that, he suggested that you have to divide the entire work into subparts and assign each part for each employee in which they becoming more efficient and skilled. Here what he said, if there is a production process, we have to divide all the activities into parts. We have to identify the employees to do a particular task only. By repeatedly doing this, he became more efficient and more skilled. As all of us know that efficient means doing the right things. By repeatedly doing the activities, he became efficient. Then the mistakes or the losses which occurs in general course of action will be eliminated in the organization, which leads to increase our profitability. So this is the suggestion which is given by Adam Smith. And this series later on in 20th century is followed by F.W. Taylor. F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor. Okay, he is the father of scientific management. Father of scientific management. He followed the theories which are developed by the Adam Smith. Later on, number of managers had developed different types of theories and modified. Okay, to increase the economic benefits, to increase the economic efficiency for the business organizations till 1930. From 1930 to 1970, production management is an acceptable term. Later on, in 1950 to 17, between this time, the managers have developed innovative techniques to improve the economic efficiency in the organization. He also observed the human behavior in the organization. The human behavior is studied by psychologists, socialists and social scientists to eliminate unwanted tasks of the human force in the factory, which leads to increase the efficiency of the organization. Okay, so from 1970s, a new word came into existence and that is operations management. Operations management. Operations management is it is derived from the Latin word which is opus. It is a Latin word which means work in large scale. Which means work in large scale. At the time of 1970s, the service sector may have the prominent place in the country's economy along with production. So here the operations management deals with both goods and services of the organization. So operations management is the management of all the functions and activities of an organization, which includes producing goods and or providing services. There are so many products in the society that we observe. For example, chalk piece, paper, pen, book, cloth, food, facilities. All these are the result of operations management function of an organization. Okay, so operations management deals with regular activities of the business organization. It is not confined to the producing a product. The scope of the operations management is pervasive, which means it covers both goods and services. Both regular activities of the organization will come under operations management. It deals with manufacturing, production and service providing segments of the organization. Deals with implementing, planning, controlling the production process to produce goods and services to the customer for optimum utilization of the organizational resources. The operations management aims at optimum utilization of the organizational resources by minimizing the losses, wastages and underutilization. Underutilization is the big problem for any business organization. For example, the plant capacity is 10,000 products. You are producing only 5,000 products, which means you are underutilizing the capacity of the plant, which leads to a huge loss for the organization. So, operations management aims that it wants to utilize the organizational resources at an optimum level. It wants to minimize the underutilization problem of the organization. So, operations managers always compare the cost with revenue. How we have to reduce the cost, how we have to improve the revenue of the organization, which may lead to increase in the profit of the organization. So, the goal of the operations management is by utilizing the organizational resources at optimum level, they want to increase profit as much as possible. Okay, so what are the organizational resources? Those are 5 M's. 5 M's. 5 M's that are man, machines, materials, money and methods. These are the 5 organizational resources. We have to utilize these organizational resources at optimum level. Which level? Optimum level. Which leads to optimum level, which leads to increase the profits of the organization. Okay, this is the aim of an operations management. So, already I told you that operations management deals with both goods and services. It is looking to be interesting when it deals with both goods and services, but it is very complex to maintain both at the same time. For example, we take a restaurant which prepares good food and served it, which means a restaurant that provides food and also served to the customer. Here, the food is good in taste, but it is not properly served to the customer, which means they are not following the timeliness, cleanliness, which may lead to customer dissatisfaction. So, here what happens? The food is good, but the service is very low. Here the dissatisfied customer will not visit your restaurant again and again. So every business organization wants to attain and retain the customer in the organization profitably. But you are not retaining the customer by not servicing properly. So it is vital to maintain both service and product in the organization. Okay, then by concluding this, the definition of the operations management is: operations management is the management of all systems and process in the organization which creates or provides goods and or services. Write down this definition. Operations management is the management of all systems and processes which creates goods and or services. It is the definition which is given by William J.S. Stevenson. William J.S. Stevenson. According to this, operations management is the management of all the systems and process which creates goods and services in the organization. Here we have to know that systems. Systems means operations systems. Operation systems. Operation systems are able to add value to the goods and services in the transformation process. Okay, by analyzing this definition or by observing this definition, we have to identify the differences between production management and operations management. Okay, so what is the difference between production and operations management? Here, the difference is production management is confined to manufacturing of goods, whereas operations management is undertakes both goods and services. Okay, we will discuss the difference between production and operations management. For example, manufacturing of goods takes place. Manufacturing of goods. These comes under production management. Production management. Next one, providing services. Providing services, which comes under operations management. Operations management. Series. Production management covers the manufacturing of goods only, whereas operations management covers both production management and providing services of the organization will comes under operations management. These two are, which means production management and operations management are differentiated in 4 categories. That is, first one, it is basis. Okay, here production management and it is operations management. Operations management. Okay, so first basis is definition. Production management is related to the activities of manufacturing a product. So it related to manufacturing product. Manufacturing product. Whereas operations management is a functional area. It is a functional area where it deals with production and distribution of goods to the customer. Goods to the customer. And next one is scope. The scope of production management is limited to the manufacturing enterprises only. Manufacturing. Whereas the scope of the operations management belongs to both manufacturing and service organizations. Manufacturing and service organization. Next one, decision making. Decision making. Production management, it deals with the decisions regarding production only. Regarding production only. Where the operations management deals with the decision of regular activities of the business. Regular activities of the business. And fourth one is objective. The objective of the production management is to produce right quality of goods at right time, at right place for minimum cost. Okay, quantity of goods at right time, right place at minimum cost is the objective of production management. Then the objective of operations management is to optimum utilization of the organizational resources. Organizational resources. It is the objective of operations management. Okay, these are the difference between production management and operations management. Okay, now we are going to discuss about different kinds of operations systems. Before going to that, you have to note all these topics in your notes. Okay. Next one is operations system. Here, the definition of the operations management is to be taken first. Operations management is the management of the activities of an organization which engage in producing or providing services. So, as already I told you that production is the process of converting raw materials and other inputs into finished goods, right? So, here inputs. The inputs are raw materials, land, labor, capital. These are the inputs for organization. These inputs are transformer, transform or conversion, transformation or conversion process, which is output, that is goods and services. Goods and services. Here, already I told you operation system is a value addition process. Value adding system. Okay, so here is a control. We have to control. Feedback. We will get feedback. Feedback. This is the operation system in the organization. There are some inputs that are raw materials, land, labor, capital. By using these inputs in the transformation process, either transformation or conversion process, the output may goods or services. Every organization will get. So already I told you that operations management is a value addition system. We have to add value in a system. Where we have to add value to the inputs, and in the transformation process we have to add some value. Okay, if any system is not giving the value to the goods and services, better we have to eliminate that system in our which adds value to the goods and services that are produced by the organization. Okay, and next one, coming to this, the organization through transformation process producing goods and services. These goods and services are distributed to the customer, as already I told you in the definition of business, right? So every business organization wants some feedback. How it get feedback? It will get feedback through marketing management, because they have the interaction with the customer, right? So what the customer is expecting, is he satisfied or not? This feedback is given by the marketing management. So we have to control if there is any deviations. Sometimes the feedback may come from the transformation or conversion process. For example, if certain process is not going well, it is to be given as a feedback. So we have to control here either transformation process, or we have in take care of transformation process, or we have to change in the inputs. Okay, so this is the operation system. Here value means price of output minus price of input. Price of output minus price of input is equal to value. If you get positive value, you will continue the production process. Otherwise, if you are not getting the positive value, you have to change your production process in the organization. Okay, so depending upon this, we can analyze the characteristics of the operations management. Okay, the first one is, it is a transformation process. Here, the inputs are transformed into outputs. Right. Next one, it results in value addition, which means for example, we consider a sand in the seashore which doesn't have any value. If we utilize the sand for the construction purpose, it may have some value. So operations management is resulting some value addition process. And next one, it is a system itself. Here the transformation process may covers as a missions, plan, and some equipment is there. So we have to arrange that mission and plan as per the sequence. So it is a system itself, and it exists in the organization. It is not outside of the organization. It is one of the part in the organization which have the relations with other functional areas. Okay, it wants to decrease the cost by optimum utilization of the resources, and it wants to increase the efficiency or the productivity of the organization. Okay, so these are the different characteristics of the operations management. Then the operation systems can be classified into two types. The operation systems can be classified into two types. Operations system is categorized into two types: manufacturing operation system, manufacturing operations system, service operations system. Okay, manufacturing operation system is that in which in the transformation process the raw materials transformation process converts raw materials into tangible goods, which is nothing but products. Here what happens in the transformation process? are converted into tangible goods, which is nothing but product. For example, papers. What are the different kinds of products that we have? Automobiles, cars, all these are comes under manufacturing operation system. And coming to the service operation system, in which the job done to offer services to people, by people, in some cases by machines. Here the name indicates the service operation system. Okay, here we are offering services. The services are offered by the person to another person. In some cases, we may use some machines. For example, hospitals, schools, all these are the comes under service operations system.